by congratulating the Winnipeg Jets and Scott Arniel on advancing. Also want to take the opportunity to thank the St. Louis Blues fans. They were awesome this year. I thought they galvanized our group. And I also want to thank every staff member that's associated with the inner workings of the hockey team, and especially the players, because as a coach, you try and hope to get your team to reach their ceiling. And, I think we came as close as we can in the last 3 months. I don't think we got there, but that was a great series, and I cannot thank our players enough for their commitment, effort, and execution.
Jim, was that any playoff loss that Game 7 is painful? Was that as painful as a loss can be?
I've had a few painful ones. I've had overtime Game 7 losses. Anytime your season ends, it's painful.
But to be that close in 2.2 seconds?
Yeah, it's an area of our team that has not been good all year. And it's an area I have to get better at so that our team's better next year in that pulled goalie situation.
Jim, that's what I was going to ask you. Why do you think the 6-on-5 was such a tough thing for you this year? And could you take us through that game-tying goal?
Yeah. Well, the game-tying goal, he breaks a stick, and we think we can get the puck and win the battle. Unfortunately, we didn't. And we're out of structure, and that's why there's an odd man. There's 3-on-2 at the net. They whiffed on their one-timer, and it went right to a guy at the slot. Sometimes, for whatever reason, puck luck in this series, if you look at the home teams, the puck luck was incredible. That's why I think you ended up with 4 wins by the home team, 7 wins by the home teams.
And the 6-on-5s, is it execution?
I don't want to continue to talk about 6-on-5. The season, like I said, we'll analyze it. We'll get better. Okay? But right now, season's over, and we can analyze this at the end of the year.
Stunning way to have to go there. Was that tough in the first overtime? You only had 4 shots on goal.
I thought we had opportunities to make plays, and we didn't. I thought, we forced a little too much offense, didn't spend enough ozone time in the first overtime. Second overtime, we were a little bit better.
Jim, Radio-Canada, il y a plusieurs francophones dans ton équipe, autant dans le coaching staff que dans les joueurs. Qu'est-ce que tu aimerais leur dire à ces joueurs-là, à ce coaching staff en français?
Mes propres joueurs.
Oui.
Je voudrais dire merci pour l'effort et l'exécution pendant l'année. Puis je suis très j'apprécie comment ils ont nous aidé à nous aider à devenir une équipe dans les éliminatoires.
Et puis, qu'est-ce que tu as pensé de cette série contre les Jets de Winnipeg?
Je pensais que c'est une série très physique, très compétitive. Puis Stéphane, les séries Stéphane, il y avait beaucoup des affaires qui sont arrivées à chaque match. Mais enfin, je suis déçu qu'on n'a pas avancé.
You talked about your pride in the organization and your players. What can an experience like this do to build this team and your program going forward?
I think led by our captains and, Doug Armstrong and his group. And I think what we did here in the last 3 months is we changed the culture back to where it needs to be able to grow and get better. And now we need to continue to have a great summer as an organization on and off the ice so that we can continue to build off this. And that's what we've done. And we got to continue to do it for our great fans.
Those first 2 periods, pretty much everything you wanted to see?
Not really. I know we were up. I didn't like the first 10 minutes of the second. I liked the last 10. I thought the first period was pretty good. I didn't like how we sat back with our checking. I didn't think we were as tenacious as we need to be.
Jim, I don't know if you go into the room after heartbreaking loss like that. I just wanted to ask, did you, and if so, what did you say?
I did. I went in and thanked them. And that, it really hurts right now. Like, there's no other way. You lose game 7 overtime, especially when you have the lead going at the end. It just hurts, But I want to thank them for their effort, their execution, and their part in helping change things. It took everybody on deck to be able to do what we did. We went 19-4-3 down the stretch, and we tied the Flames to make the playoffs. It's special. The last 3 months are some of the most fun times I've had being part of a team. Whether I was a player or a coach, doesn't matter. And it's because of the energy and the positive attitudes and how we wanted to get better every day. So I thank them for that. Very grateful for it.
Like the growth you saw in the young players through this stretch and being exposed to things like this?
I mean, it's only going to help us, right? There's a lot of guys played. We have some young players. I don't know how many we have under 25, but I think 6 of them are on the 2 power play units. So the exponential growth going through something like this is only going to help us for next year. But it's incumbent upon us to do the work to get better.
Jim, we've talked about the relationship. What can you share about the embrace and the words with Scott Arniel and the handshake line?
Yeah, I just said congratulations, and what an effing series. It was a physical series, and I told him the chess game that we played as staffs was just fun to be a part of, and that's what makes the NHL playoffs so great. And I wish them good luck in the next round.
One more, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.